Who's ready for a hack? If you've got slippy, shiny, soft hair like me, you might find that keeping your hairpins in place is a bit of a challenge. So I've got a hack for that. So what you're going to need is something to part your hair with. It can be a clip, handy if it is because you're going to use it to clip your hair back, or a comb. You're going to need a couple of very simple bobby pins. I'm using gold ones so that you can see them against my hair, but I would recommend that you choose pins that complement your hair colour so they're not visible. Then all you're going to do is choose roughly where you want your hairpins to sit on your head. You're going to take your grip or your comb and you are going to part your hair diagonally, and then you are going to use your grip to just pin that little bit of hair out of the way. So now you have a parting. You're now going to take your first grip and you're just going to pop it in your hair following that parting line. You're then going to take your second grip and you are going to place this one diagonally across the first one. So you're basically creating a little bit of a cross in your hair. Don't push this second pin all the way down. You want to create that cross with your pins. Then all you do is release your hair and make sure it falls over those hairpins so you can no longer see them. Then take the decorative hairpin that you want to pop in your hair. I'm going to be using one of my Eve hairpins. You just need to feel for where those grips are hiding underneath your hair. You take your pin and you're going to slide it underneath that crisscross. And then what you will find is it sits really securely and tightly behind that cross of hidden hairpins under your hair. And you can do this a few times in a few different places. Just feel for those pins. I've got one back here, so I can pop that one there, behind there. You can also use the pins that you've already put in place and pop another pin behind those. And so you've got a sort of a little network of support underneath your hair. It's not visible, but it's incredibly secure, and it means these pieces are going to stay in your hair no matter how shiny, slippy or soft your hair is. I hope this helps. Save this for later. You're going to want to find it again. Mwah.